Why do you want to stop selling and start closing? You see, most people, they don't know how to communicate. Fewer people know how to sell and almost no one knows how to close. There's a very big difference between selling and closing. You see, in any sales conversation, in any sales environment, in any sales meeting, you do not get paid by selling. How many of you know people who just sell, and they don't get paid? Right? They turn off the prospects. You only get paid when you close a sale. So I want you to think about the difference between a salesperson versus a closer. You see, a salesperson, they would push, they would use very aggressive tactics. When you think of a traditional salesperson, what comes to mind? Comment below, right? It's snake oil, it's scammy, it's slimy, it is pushy. Versus a closer. How do you know when you are a good closer? After you've done a sale, after you close a prospect, when your prospect says, thank you for helping me make this decision. Thank you for helping me move forward. That's when you know you are a good closer. So there's a big difference, salesperson and a closer. You see, today I want to teach you something very, very critical. Why you should stop selling and start closing, and what is the most powerful way that I know of to close, and it's not what you think. Today I'm going to teach you what I call value in advance. Write it down. The formula is called value in advance. Now, you can see on my social media, I have millions and millions of followers. And every single time when I make an offer, when I sell, when I try to close a sale, instead of waiting for the phone call or waiting for the meeting face-to-face to do all your closing, that is very difficult because you only have a very short period of time to persuade and convince a prospect to say yes. Instead, I believe what you need to do a lot of work before you even open up your mouth. A lot of work needs to be done before you even say a single word. In one of my previous videos, I talk about this. The best way to sell a box of chocolate is what? Is to give people a taste. One piece of chocolate. If they like that, they will want to buy the whole box. It's exactly the same in closing. I don't want to count on closing part, that conversion part, that face-to-face on the phone part to do all the heavy lifting. I want to start closing way in advance. And the best way to do that is value in advance. How can I provide value to someone in advance? For someone who is consuming my materials, watching my video, consuming my content. When I release something, when I make an offer, the trust is already there. That it's easy for them to say yes. Let me give you a perfect example. Let's say you are a martial artist and you are teaching someone how to be a black belt. And of course, you're not going to be a black belt overnight. There are a series of steps you need to go through in order to attain your black belt. Let's say the very first step is you need to learn how to do a proper stance. Okay, that's the first step. And then you need to have some basic flexibility, how to do stretching exercise, and then basic punching technique, and then basic kicking technique. Let's say, and then you learn some jumping kicking technique. And then later on, you also have power and speed endurance. Let's say it takes you 7 steps to get from point A to point B. You with me? So the best way I can convince someone to say, hey, I am the guy that could teach you how to be a powerful human weapon, how to be that confident black belt. Now, instead of telling you how good I am, I know it takes you 7 steps to get to your goal. All I need to do is provide value in advance. Let me teach you through my content how to do a proper stance. Let me get you to that first step. Now, I'm not going to get you to the end goal, but I'm going to get you to the first step. I might even teach you some basic stretching exercise that you can do from the comfort of your own home to help you become more flexible. Get you to almost step 2. Now, what happens is this, that if I am the person that gets you from point A and then point B, not to the end goal yet, but you're already getting value from the free information, the free value I'm providing, And what the prospect is thinking is this: wow, if I'm getting so much value from the free stuff, right? If the free stuff is this good, I wonder what the paid stuff is going to be like. And that's exactly how the value in advance formula works. You don't wait till when the money takes place, the transaction takes place to start closing. You started closing from the beginning when you're delivering value to the marketplace. You're providing so much value in advance. When you make an offer, your prospect is like, this is a no-brainer. Of course I want to buy. I'm already getting so much value. You've helped me solve the first 2-step problem. I know I have 5 more steps to go. Of course, you are the man, you're the woman, you're the company that I want to go with. Instead of trying to convince them, you don't know me, you don't like me, you don't trust me, give me some money. No, give them some value up front. Help them solve some problems up front. When you do that through social media, through video, through education, through content, there's a smart way to do it. You can do this on a massive scale. You're impacting so many people's lives and you're adding so much value to people's lives. When you make an offer, it's easy. So when you do make an offer, then it is just the moment when you realize all the hard work they've done in the beginning. So you're not selling, trying to use some gimmicks or techniques or whatever tricks, try to close people. And there's time and place for that, but you don't need that. I bet I have so many students, if you're watching this, comment below. You've gotten so much value from my free content, and then by the time I make an offer, you're like, Dan is the guy, of course I want to learn from him. I want him to be my mentor. Why? Because I've done so much. I combine and I strive to combine my branding, my education, my marketing, and closing all as one thing. Instead of isolated component, I treat them as one. I strive to get to a point where it's automatic closing, where the closing is natural, where it's not forceful, that people are happy to be closed. And that's exactly why you need to stop selling and start closing. I'll teach you one more thing before we go, and that is this. Every single time you offer something, every single time you make an offer, you want to strive to deliver 10 times more value. Meaning this is what I truly believe in. This is my motto in business. If you sell something for $100, what can you do to strive to deliver 10 times more value? That's $1,000 worth of value when you charge $100. When you can do that, it's easy. It's easy to close because people can see the value. It's a no-brainer that they want to buy. They are happy to buy from you because they can see how much value you are delivering. So I want you to think about this. How can you implement value in advance in your business? How can you deliver 10 times more value? What can you do? And I want to leave you with one thought, and that is this. Closing is not something that you do for somebody. Closing is something that you do for somebody.